Hello, friends. I was talking to a client yesterday and I asked her how planning was going. And she said, I'm still on the struggle bus with planning, thus, chapter 17. How many of you are still on the struggle bus with planning? And guess what? That's okay because I'm still on the struggle bus with planning sometimes. It totally works sometimes, and other times we go on autopilot and we don't do it. So it's just that awareness that, yeah, planning works. Planning is the key to getting the results you want. So we do the best we can. Okay. So, what are your thoughts about planning? Because whatever they are is creating your feelings, which creates your actions. This is what you do or don't do according to what you're feeling. When you're motivated, you do a lot more than when you're not motivated. Okay. And your actions are what's building the new you or taking you on autopilot. So I want you to think about this in terms of a house. This one over here is the autopilot. It's older now. It has a lot of habits in there you don't really like, a lot of beliefs, a lot of things. They're not working anymore. They're not helping you get the results you want. So thus, you've decided, hey, you want a new house. You want a new you with new beliefs, new habits. You need to know your why. Okay. You need to know why you want this house and how bad do you want it. That's going to determine if you get there or not. Okay. So that's your future self. That's planning. That's helping you get there. So anybody that's building anything, you need a plan. You just don't show up. You just don't go to Home Depot and buy all the material and magically build a house. So, I've said before, it's one step at a time. But planning, breaking it down into small bite-sized pieces so that you can build the version of you that you want. And everything goes back to planning. Okay, you've got to plan time to plan. Plan what you want to eat, plan what you're going to do when you're stressed at work, plan ahead, plan exercise, plan your time, like we've talked about doing the math. Okay, so how bad do you want this and what does it look like? Get clear on what you want. Now, a lot of times we automatically go to autopilot. That's primitive brain. It's easier. That's what primitive brain wants to do. Primitive brain is what gives you all the excuses why this is too hard. But you can totally override that by using your prefrontal cortex, and you do that by following your plan. Okay, so here's an example. A couple of weeks ago, we did the video of finding time for yourself, and the client found that, wow, she had 40 hours in that week left over. She did have time to plan and meal prep. And so she put what she wanted to action. Okay. She told herself, oh, yeah, I have time now. I can totally do this. And she did. She meal planned and prepped. She cooked 6 days in a row. Her husband liked it, and so did she. Thank you, JC, for those good recipes. And she sewed every day. She lost 3 pounds and she was motivated. Yeah. There you go. All because she realized she did have time. She has a plan and now she knows she can do it. Okay. She's on her way to building this new house. Now, remember that this doesn't magically happen overnight. A lot of us get so frustrated because we're not losing weight the way we expect to, the way we want to. But guess what? We got to do the work. It's going to be uncomfortable at times. There's work to do. It's planning. That takes time, right? But guess what? This over here is hard work and uncomfortable, but so is this. This is hard work because you're never going to get the results you want. It's uncomfortable because you're not getting the dream version of you that you want. So which level of uncomfortable and hard do you want? You want to stay where you are and get the same results, or you want the new you? Okay. So let me just tell you, it's worth it. You got to cut the weeds. You got to create the path to this new house. This one's so familiar and easy. This one's a little bit hard. That's okay, because it's going to be what you want it to be, one step at a time. Now, over here, this is what I did a couple of weeks ago. It's garden time. And so I was like, okay, anytime I can be outside on Monday or Friday and Saturdays, those are my days off or time to do other things. I was doing it, but I wasn't doing the math. Okay. Because Mondays are usually my errand and laundry and get stuff done in the house. And then I'm spending 2 or 3 hours outside, but then I'm getting frustrated because I wasn't getting the things done inside the house that I normally do. So I wasn't planning my time very well. It was just in my head. I can totally do this. I can do all these things. I was focused. Yeah, but I didn't do the math. And I tried to do more than was possible, right? I really had these many things in my head to do, this much time to do them. And again, that created more frustration. And I wasn't able to maintain my usual routine because I was frustrated, easily irritated. And I noticed overwhelmed, came back to visit. Usually when I'm outside, I like to listen to podcasts or books and things. I couldn't even find one I wanted to listen to because my brain was like, oh, you have so many things to listen to. Where do you even want to start? And then I didn't start. Okay. So I'm back to catching on. Oh, yeah, that's what I was doing. I wasn't planning. Okay. So I'm planning and I'm choosing what I want to listen to ahead of time. So even something as simple as that for planning, I'm choosing what I'm going to listen to ahead of time so I don't have to spend 15 minutes in indecision trying to figure it out. Okay. So I hope this helps that yes, we get on the struggle bus with time, but yes, we're the ones that can get off the bus as we slowly but surely build this new version of us one step at a time. That's it. Loving ourselves through the process, because of course we're going to go on autopilot and that's okay. It's what can we learn from it and move on to reach the version of us that is in here that is so possible. You got this, my friends.